Over the last few seasons, no one player in the NFL has taken the top off of NFL defenses more than Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Tyreek Hill. Coming out of college, he was merely seen as a gadget player for kick and punt returns and the odd snaps where he would line up on scrimmage as a wide receiver. And after 4 seasons in the NFL, few could have envisioned the success and impact he would have in the Kansas City offense, except for one man, Andy Reid, head coach of the reigning Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. While today it seems this was a match made in heaven, there were a lot of bumpy roads along the way that possibly could have derailed Tyreek's chances of stepping on the field in the NFL and maybe even maintaining a spot on the roster. Despite all the immense talent the young receiver has shown in his short career, it would be foolish to ignore the fact that his career clearly could have taken a different path. Born in Pearson, Georgia, a rural area with a population just north of 2,000 people, Hill attended Coffee High School where he grew up playing football and ran track. He would go on to excel in track due to his focus and was named winner of the 100 and 200 meter duo in 2012 at the Georgia 5-8 state tournament. Following his graduation from high school, Tyreek Hill attended the Garden City Community College where he focused more on football than track. He had an amazing record of rushing yards, passes caught, touchdowns, and receiving yards. Following his sophomore in the Garden City Community College, Hill switched to Oklahoma State University in 2014 and played well until his arrest for domestic violence, which saw him being dismissed from the school team. Hill eventually left Oklahoma and attended the University of West Alabama, where he featured quite impressively in the football team as a running back. Initially, West Alabama head coach Brett Gilliland had stated that he turned down Hill after reading the police report detailing how he choked and hit his girlfriend. However, after getting to know Tyreek personally, he spoke to the people at Oklahoma State, Hill's former coaches at Garden City Community College, and a high school mentor. He was also swayed by a part of the plea deal that required Hill to either attend school full-time or be employed. While at West Alabama, Hill was utilized very evenly as a running back, wide receiver, kick returner, and punt returner. In his 11 games for the team, he never once exceeded 100 yards rushing or receiving and averaged 135 all-purpose yards until a 307 all-purpose yard burst against Delta State in Game 8. Upon entering the 2016 NFL Draft, Hill was projected to be undrafted, mainly due to his domestic violence arrest. Although he was not invited to the NFL Combine, Hill was able to showcase his abilities at West Alabama's Pro Day. And after getting a glimpse of him on the field, scouts were mainly impressed with his speed and he received much praise for his workout. But unfortunately, many teams had completely removed Hill from their draft boards. And this is why on the second day of the 2016 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs' 5th round pick was met with a lot of criticism. It got to the point where the move stirred up enough debate to cause his name to trend on Twitter.
With the 165th pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Tyreek Hill, wide receiver, West Alabama.
All right, how about that? Go to West Alabama to add to their wide receiver core.
Now, you gotta understand that the NFL climate around this time was just coming off of the Ray Rice incident, where he was arrested and charged with assault on his then fiancée, now wife, Janae Palmer, in an incident that occurred inside of an Atlantic City casino elevator. On top of that, what made this move even more egregious at the time for the Kansas City Chiefs was only a few years back, linebacker Javon Belcher was involved in a murder-suicide of his girlfriend, Cassandra Perkins. So you could kinda understand the reaction from the whole NFL community at the time. Also, Tyreek's domestic violence case wasn't just any case, because his then girlfriend, now wife, Crystal Espinal, was actually 8 weeks pregnant at the time of the incident, and obviously she had many concerns about the well-being of her baby. Anyways, nonetheless, then Chiefs General Manager John Dorsey released a statement stating, "I just want everyone to understand that we have done our due diligence with regards to the full vetting of each one of our draft class members. We would never put anybody in this community in harm's way." And head coach Andy Reid would add, "There has to be a certain trust here, but there's just things that we can't go into and go through. We want people to understand, like Dorsey said, we're not going to do anything to put this community or organization in a bind. We uncovered every possible stone that we possibly could, and we feel very comfortable with that part of it." With that being said, many Chiefs fans were still upset with the selection, and at rookie minicamp in May 2016, Hill told reporters he understood their concerns. "The fans have every right to be mad at me. I did something wrong, I let my emotions get the best of me, and I shouldn't have did it. They have every right to be mad. But guess what? I'm fixing to come back, be a better man, be a better citizen, and everything takes care of itself, and let God do the rest. Heading into his rookie campaign, Tyreek Hill was the Chiefs' starting punt returner, kick returner, and the 4th wide receiver on the depth chart behind veterans Jeremy Maclin, Chris Conley, and Albert Wilson. In the Chiefs' offense, Hill immediately made an impact on special teams, racking up 3 touchdowns while showing his offensive skill set in the pass and run game as he caught 61 passes for 593 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns, along with 3 rushing touchdowns off of 24 carries. The gadget player would be rewarded as he was named to the Pro Bowl as a return specialist and named to the NFL All-Rookie Team for 2016. The following season in 2017, in the season opener, Hill finished with a career-high 133 receiving yards on 7 receptions, which included a 75-yard reception for a touchdown as the Chiefs defeated the New England Patriots by a score of 42-27. In Week 9 versus the Dallas Cowboys, Hill caught a 56-yard touchdown pass from Alex Smith on a check-down pass, which was initially set up as a Hail Mary and provided Hill with enough blockers to make it to the end zone. And as you can see, Hill was featured more heavily in the pass game as he finished his sophomore season with 75 receptions for 1,183 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns. In 2018, the receiver truly exploded offensively and got off to a fast start in Week 1 versus the Chargers as he recorded 7 catches for $169 and 2 touchdowns, while also returning a 91-yard punt for a touchdown. In Week 6 against the Patriots, Tyreek recorded 3 touchdown catches off of 7 receptions for 142 receiving yards. Hill clearly was in the national spotlight, and this time for more than just being a gadget player, as he truly developed into a wide receiver, showing a vast array of skills. The receiver finished the season with 87 receptions for an eye-popping 1,479 receiving yards and a then career-high 12 touchdowns.
Now, these allegations would be serious against anyone, but they take on added significance in light of Hill's history of domestic violence.
On April 26, 2019, during the offseason, Chiefs General Manager Brett Veach announced that Hill was suspended from all team activities as a result of an ongoing child abuse investigation. However, the NFL announced on July 19th that they would not be disciplining Hill for the investigation because the league felt that he did not violate the personal conduct policy.
He is terrified of you, and you say that he respects you, but it's not respect. It's terrified. He is terrified of you.
You need to be terrified of me too. No. That's why you can't.
Ultimately, in the investigation, the DA could not prove who did what to the child, and therefore neither Hill or Espinal would be charged. With that being said, the NFL's decision not to discipline Hill stunned many in and around the league. And months after this incident, right before the season opener, the Chiefs offered Hill a 3-year, $54 million extension. After playing Week 1 versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, the receiver would miss the next 4 games due to injury. In Week 9 and 10, Tyreek would have back-to-back breakout games versus the Vikings and Titans as he combined for 17 receptions for 297 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. And despite missing 4 games, Hill still had a very productive season, registering 58 receptions for 860 yards and 7 touchdowns. With all that being said, Hill is clearly on a Hall of Fame mark, and with already 1 Super Bowl, 4 Pro Bowls, and 2 first-team All-Pro selections under his belt at the age of only 26, should give voters something to ponder. One thing that seems to get overlooked is how hard Tyreek Hill worked to become a wide receiver in the league. Entering the NFL, he was an individual with raw talent and blazing speed, but not a finished product. However, through hard work and perseverance, this one-time gadget player has many pundits calling him the best receiver in the league.
It's felt incomplete, and now you want a deep ball. Here it is. Hill for this team. Down the field, who else? Hill at the 10.